Hey, I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter, and this is the Sales Hunter podcast. And what are we talking about today? We're talking about, does your sales process reflect who you are? Are you a different person when you're selling than when you're not? I'm going to explore the question, going to answer the question, and I'm going to show you why you can't be doing that. The show begins right now.
You're listening to the Sales Hunter Podcast with Mark Hunter, where the focus is to help you as a sales leader sell with confidence and integrity. And now here's your host.
Yes, the question we're answering today, does your sales process reflect who you are? Before I jump into it, I want to tell you about a very special event, May 24th, Dallas, Texas. It's going to be both in person in Dallas and online. It is Sales Logic Live. You know, I co-host another podcast with Meredith Elliott Powell, and we're extremely excited to be introducing the Sales Logic system. And I'll tell you what, I'll put the link with all the information in the show notes below, but you're going to want to get signed up for it because it's going to be just that, a very good event. But anyway, let's talk about right now. Does your sales process reflect who you are? Are you a different person? Let me tell you something. You can't be doing two different things. You can't be a Jekyll and Hyde. Your personality works, use it. Okay, that's unless you're the crazy uncle or the weird aunt in your family. Now, side note, if you don't know who the crazy uncle or the weird aunt is in your family, say it could be you. But anyway, that's a side note, separate show. Hey, customers want to deal with people like them. They want to deal with humans who care. They want to deal with humans who listen. They want to deal with humans who are engaging. What does that look like? It means not asking the stupid questions unless you really mean it. I'm going to go on a rant here. Let's get real. You know, asking at the start of the call, how's your day going, is lame because you don't mean it. Why are you asking that? If you're asking a question like that, you need to frame it with context and emotion. You see, here's an example. Congratulations, we both made it to Friday. Anything fun planned for the weekend? Now, you notice how I said that? I put it in context of Friday. I put it in the context of saying, hey, anything fun? And I put my emotional voice, tone, pitch into it. You see, it's not just how you start the call, but it's your time. It's your words per minute. It's the pitch. It's what you show throughout the call. You know what I'm saying? You show, because it's amazing how you visualize with the words you're speaking, whether or not they can see you or not. Just like you're listening to this right now as an audio podcast, and yet you're visualizing me because of the pitch and so forth that I'm using. See, this is what's key. People want to deal with humans. See, the result is simple. When you're in your own personality, you're more relaxed. And as a result, you listen better. See, it's time to it's time you take to always ask a follow-up question on whatever it is they say. Think about this for a moment. There's the robotic salesperson who has the precise list of questions that they need to go through. And as a result, whatever it is that you say, they just move on to the next question. The human takes whatever it is that you say and they ask that follow-up question. You see, here's the whole thing. If your approach is to ask the robotic question, you're toast. Because guess what? The internet is pretty effective at doing routine things already. And guess what? It means you're going to be out of a job real soon. You see, your success is in the follow-up questions you ask. The robotic questions you want to ask, the scripted questions you want to ask, those just set the table. But it's the follow-up. But to do it right, the customer has to know that you care. If they feel you don't care, you can kiss off getting the information you need. You see, sales is about human interaction. You can't just think it, you have to show it. This is exactly what my problem was when I first got into sales. I was robotic. I was sticking exactly to the script and the questions I was told I needed to ask. Why? Because I wasn't comfortable in sales. I didn't want to be. I wasn't comfortable in sales. So I was literally faking my way through it. Sure, I was making sales, but I was never getting to the level I should have been at until my boss pulled me aside one day and got me to realize how important it is to truly communicate. And that means doing it with your personality. Allow your personality to come through. And how do you do that? You do that just like what I'm doing here. I'm modulating my voice. I'm changing my words per minute. I'm doing different things to engage you, to keep you in the listening mode. And I do this by then taking whatever question I ask and asking you that follow-up question. And here's what's cool. If you share with me something and I ask you a follow-up question, and you know that I'm engaged, you know that I'm listening, then whatever it is you share that second time, I can ask you another follow-up question on, because you know that, wait a minute, I actually care. That's using your personality because you're putting the person first. And when you put the person first, it's amazing how many more sales you'll close. You see, what's very interesting is my start in sales was a flat out disaster. I got fired from my first 2 jobs because I was approaching it in a robotic manner. It wasn't until that 3rd job when that boss pulled me aside and said, I got to start putting my personality into it. When you do that, it's amazing how successful you'll be. Hey, what you've been listening to is another episode of the Sales Hunter podcast. Each week, I bring you 2 episodes, one a short one like this on a single topic. The second episode is a longer one with a sales expert, because it's all about me, the Sales Hunter, giving you knowledge that you can participate, that you can use, that you can benefit from immediately. And I want you to participate with us May 24th with myself and Meredith Elliott Powell as we present Sales Logic Live. We'll put the link in the show notes for you, but I'll see you there. And until then, thanks for listening. And most of all, great selling.